Hey everyone, Lewis speaking here. And today, to don't take too much time drawing, I decided to prepare like a rough sketching of the attachments of the spinal nerves before move on to the next part. Okay, so now I'm going to use my ink pen to make a more visible drawing for you. So here we have again the spinal cord. This area here, you still remember, I hope so. This one is called the posterior median sulcus, and this one is the anterior median fissure. Here we have the anterior horn of gray matter, and here we have the posterior horn of gray matter. Okay, here we have the central canal, and here we have the dorsal root of spinal nerve, followed by the dorsal root ganglion. And here we have the ventral root of spinal nerve. And this will repeat successively downward, and so always remember that the dorsal root ganglion will be located on the dorsal root of spinal nerve before join the anterior root of spinal nerve. Okay, here we have the trunk of spinal nerve, which is formed by the union of the dorsal and the anterior root of spinal nerve, or ventral root of spinal nerve. And again, this is very basic anatomy. I know that might be simple for, especially if you are already studying this subject for more than 1 month. But is that thing, guys? We always need to review the same topic in this area, because if you don't use it, you are going to lose it. Very simple. So always review the same basic topics if you wish to work with this in the future. Now let me just mark the areas. So this one is the dorsal root of spinal nerve, and let me just use this pen. Dorsal root. This video will be shorter, okay? But if I stick with this kind of video, I can probably make way more videos per week. And at the same time, break things in parts, because usually, well, at least for me, I prefer that I prefer to study in this way, breaking the study, the topics, and slowly, and during the week I will review, and by the end of the week, joining like a 10 minutes videos, 5 days, which is almost 50 minutes, you already have like a one lecture ready for you, just to watch, to review the topic that you are studying. If you see in the uni, you have 2 hours and a half of lecture, but from these 2 hours and a half, probably you only have like a 50 minutes lecture. Well, depending of which country in which country you are studying. Now here we have, as I mentioned, the dorsal root of spinal nerve. Guys, when you do your sketch note, okay, I highly recommend make this fun for you. You should feel that you are putting your creativity in practice. Okay, making this like a colorful and dorsal root of spinal nerve. Then we have the ventral root of spinal nerve. I'm gonna label from here. Ventral root root of spinal nerve. And then here we have the spinal cord, or sorry, the spinal nerve. The spinal cord is this part, spinal nerve is this one. Let me label here. This is actually the trunk. Of spinal nerve. Let's see, guys, when I get more followers, I will probably do this study in live, and let's try to find a good time for all of us. And then for me, and then I'm gonna make this in live streaming. And you can make questions during the class, or you can even ask to add other things. It will be fun. Let's see. Instead, prefer to paint this part. Done with this part. Okay, actually we still have another thing, the dorsal root ganglion. And this one is the dorsal root ganglion. So this is what I have for you. Let me just paint now. You can use markers as well. It's up to you. But for some papers, I would say it's better to stick just with the color pencils. If you have both medias, will be great. If you have markers, if you have color pencils, it will be great. This paper is not good actually for markers. And about this one on Temu here in the UK. Especially if you are the kind of student that likes to do the things in a very slow rhythm, I think that this is the kind of class that works for you. Okay. If you are super agitated and like things, like fast things, like a fast food, probably this is not the kind of content for you. And here we are having a fun at the same time. And training basic skills that you can use even if you want to help your friends to understand this kind of topic, using simple words, using simple diagrams. As you see, the diagrams are very simple. I'm just adding some things here and that's it. I'm gonna probably end this video by 13 minutes. And this is the video that I wanted to share with you guys. The spinal nerves, they are attached to the sides of the spinal cord. Remember, by the dorsal and by the ventral roots. Okay, actually, the dorsal roots will enter the cord at the posterolateral sulcus. Here, at the posterolateral sulcus, the dorsal roots. Okay, and the ventral roots will leave the cord at the anterolateral sulcus. Will leave the cord at the anterolateral sulcus. There is a reason why they enter at the posterolateral sulcus and they leave at the anterolateral sulcus. If you know, you can write in the comments. If you don't know, no worries. I'm gonna talk about this very soon. And this is my contribution for your studies. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this time with me. And please leave a comment, share, or help to spread the message. Okay, see you next time. Take care.